Do not wait for a savior to come, your redemption rests within you, a concept beautifully articulated by Neville Goddard. Trying to alter the world around us without first changing ourselves is to question the very foundation of our being. Imagination is the key, and it is the scaffold upon which the universe I traverse is constructed. It is by wielding the power of imagination that I initiate change. If I hold the conviction that others have the power to harm me, then they will seem to do so, brought forth by my own volition. This summoning is not through spoken words or written notes but by imagining grievances in my life, and they come into existence purely to meet the expectations I had established. Fighting to remove them from my life is a misdirected effort. The true battle is an internal one. No matter who they are or where they come from, their role in my life is a direct call from my vivid imagination. Therefore, living by the golden rule is crucial, for whatever I do to another, in truth, I do to myself, since all beings are creations of my imagination. It's essential to understand that there is no other, everyone is part of a play I direct. So, if I wish for harmony around me, the first step of kindness starts with me. In terms of salvation, I cannot wait for a savior, I must become my own savior. As stated in 1 Corinthians 1 verse 24, Christ is the embodiment of God's power and wisdom. This divine strength and understanding reside within us all, for everything that exists is part of God. When you look around, you will see God in everything you encounter. Your car, your home, your family, all are manifestations of God in those forms, serving you in some way or as expressions of your incredible human imagination. And God is not just close by, for close suggests a separation, yet there is no divide between God and us. The things around us may seem independent, but they are merely projections from within us, appearing external but in fact, are extensions of our own being. God, as mentioned, encompasses both ourselves and the objects around us. My identity is inseparable from Him, for I cannot say I exist or I am, name, without first acknowledging I am, which precedes any name. The I am is the essence that precedes everything. It precedes any individual, including Neville, your name, and yourself. The I am has sent me forth, just as it has you, and everything in our lives, for nothing comes into our experience without the consent of the one who sent us. Be wary of assertions that God resides only in a holy place or specific location, for being omnipresent, He cannot be limited but is everywhere. If one views Jesus Christ as an external Savior, it's essential to remember, the interaction with Him is personal, not a communal experience reserved for a select group. Each person embodies the cross that God bears, with Jesus in the Scriptures carrying a cross, representing God's commitment to humanity. We represent God's cross, His endeavor, His passage from the divine to the earthly, and in this journey, we participate into it. We will return, from the divine to the earthly and back, continuously, through me and you. This mission does not end with mere physical death, it continues daily, in moments of divine awareness or forgetfulness. David acknowledged this in the 2nd Psalm, verse 7, affirming our divine heritage, for we are His offspring. Every existence begins with a thought in the imagination, applicable to my daughter, to name's child, and indeed, to every being. And from us, through God, who is our imagination, emanates power. If you believe an object brings luck, like a charm meant to protect, it's your imagination that attributes that external power, but it possesses strength only because you have granted it such. This realization connects the earthly with the divine, a concept the Bible illustrates through the crucifixion of Christ. Escaping Christ is impossible because He resides within you as your imagination, as inseparable as your own ability to imagine. Some might claim they lack imagination. This is not possible. The images might not always be clear or as desired, but just as you are sure of your presence and engagement with these words, so too can you be certain that you imagine, for imagination is the essence of being, a living image. This is the root of the word imagination, an image in action, imagination. In the vast universe of our being, the idea of depending on an external entity for our salvation or relief from personal struggles brings comfort to many. However, Neville Goddard insightfully points out that true freedom and change originate from within, through harnessing the infinite potential of our imagination. This insight challenges us to rethink our perceptions of divinity and personal power, urging us to take full responsibility for our experiences. The understanding that we are the creators of our own universe, through the power of imagination, leads us to a deeper appreciation of the principle as above, so below, as within, so without. This ancient wisdom suggests that our external environment is a direct reflection of our internal state. If our lives are filled with conflict, scarcity, or illness, it is crucial to look inward and recognize that these external conditions are manifestations of our internal unresolved thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. With this perspective, the Golden Rule, which advises treating others as we would like to be treated, gains a new level of importance. It becomes not just a moral directive but a fundamental principle of creation. Any feelings of envy, anger, or criticism towards others ultimately serve as obstacles to ourselves because, in the collective consciousness, the separation between I and the other disappears. We are all connected to the source, and every individual reflects our divine nature. The realization that Christ represents the power and wisdom of God within us reminds us of the inexhaustible source of love, creativity, and strength available to us. This powerful force is not found in external gods or authorities but within the divine spark present in each of us. Recognizing and honoring this internal flame guides us toward a life of true freedom and joy. Seeing the divine in everything and everyone around us encourages a shift in perception that makes the ordinary sacred. Our homes, our work, and even our challenges are expressions of the divine, offering us lessons and opportunities for growth. By changing our perspective and acknowledging the divine in the everyday, we open ourselves to miracles and meaningful coincidences. The declaration I am is a powerful acknowledgement of our divine identity. Every time we say I am, we invoke the divine within us, affirming our role as co-creators of our reality. This realization empowers us to lead intentional lives, choosing thoughts and actions that reflect our true divine essence. Viewing each person as the cross that God bears highlights our sacred purpose on earth. Our existence here is deliberate and meaningful. Our journey is one of remembering, of returning to our source enriched by the experiences and wisdom gained through our earthly lives. In this process, imagination is our faithful ally, allowing us to envision and bring about the reality we seek. The key to a fulfilling life lies in acknowledging our inherent power and the responsibility to use it wisely. By understanding that we are the architects of our reality, we can begin to consciously create a world of love, peace, and harmony, both for ourselves and for others. This is the true path to salvation and enlightenment, a journey to the core of our divinity, lit by the endless light of our imagination.